aduane me no. Tisa na e dae.
For ema ye ho akwa aba na enwum ya etwagu ye ya na mesiri wo mitrim akwa no ada se wo so daye waso daye se wenye sika e de sika pudu abre ne yire se no wo fitamu a ye bebisa no hwe spanner me bompa ye se wo daye mramu wo Yesu Kristo dimu daye a ye beso a emamu a ubenya na de wo so nyina emamu de ene ye twam Awurade Yesu Kristo ni dimu. Dear friends, you are welcome back, and this morning on 𝗟𝗜𝗍𝗘 we are going to discuss something very important. Ewu hia papa. Nansen wo ye fidie so ye te terminal 3 ye te kotoka. Ye ko asori se yakoye asofo ye bompa ya ebi kra wo asori members ni bi wo passport ehihom kotokuom. Ubehu na ebi eyi na ye de akwa akoto pulpit so podium so na ye de ato altar so aden a Ghana ayehye na hye na aye no bebre peso omukokotena amanane sebe yeso anyame timi edom yen etimi de yeni koko hu de ekoso aburochire nzo ze enafo kra o ebi wo ho mpeso omuba Ghana ebi zuzu wo Ghana ompeso omuko. This morning we are going to discuss immigration matters, the promise against the reality. Eye boshe connection man bi ashebo kete odobeko betia $50,000 no akotua wom $5,000 no akotua. This morning we want to really see the situation on the ground. We are going to take from the perspective of an immigration officer of Ghana who directly will be able to give us a perspective of what immigration is in Ghana. Afei so ye wo ye nuanom Methodist ma emrantie mienu bi a omo wo eye online so sesia mi no mbe kasa wo Zoom so they are in Abrochire right now as I speak. The first of them is Dr. Daniel Quarcoo Obiri, our own Dr. Quarcoo Obiri. He is based in Canada and his profession is a dental surgeon. Eja Otemenka.
Betonka pa osofo.
Obiri net is saying.
Yamena dumo.
Eya mamento unka na wofa sofo. Se wa wonim. Eya ye no momo mame why? Anya sa so mamenko Western Union.
Only problem.
All right. Na Canada for what to saying.
Yamena du obia ho ye.
You. Nancy Matisse, I wanna ba papa. How is the weather condition there?
Currently I had to say see a winter now say you spring. Some are predicting say you been early spring this time. Until for the past bare few weeks, the temperature has been within from maybe a -1 plus +1 +2 +3. Yeah, I know. Sir, my brother in Afarley will also say a different thing because those in the US, on temperature a little bit different. But for us in Canada, some part of Canada, I can say whether general more but February the weather is very good.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yanko Alfred. So we also have Alfred Buahin. Ono de owo US. Also a Methodist bar. On also so we born in Sicily. Ewo a year US no. Alfred.
Yes, I don't know.
Empom te saying.
Nyanko Padumo, now swear.
Ah, nyamiadum. Eja woso so ene me de bebo ye kasa wie pe eja wofa sofo. Bo modern na me nko Western Union na eja. Abusuafo aka wo eye Ghana ha kakra na ya che ne kakra mom say eja mo so mo dollar ne de mo nane a. Sikapuduo pa nti ye wie pe. Se onim Western Union na me number no eja atumu ama.
And then I won't call Western Union about phone so direct.
Yay, abefo. Anyway, Alfred, so how is the weather condition in the US now?
Now it's getting better. Looking at, as my brother was saying, from December, January, it was a little bit tough, but now it's getting better. As we speak now, it's snowing, but the temperature itself is getting better. It's not in the negatives anymore.
That is amazing. Inti ansana meba mosono, we are also going to have a studio guest, a man who was sent abroad, specifically to the UK for studies under the ticket of the Methodist Church Ghana, the very Reverend Dr. Patrick Kofi-Emisa. He is currently the minister in charge of the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 United Church, but ene obene bebaha oye Methodist sofo mapapa Methodist na ama no kwan say on serve United. He has lived in the UK with the family for some time, and we are going to have him in the studios to help us with some major discussions. Afe so nyame adoma will be having Richard 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. He is the deputy superintendent of immigration in charge of Immigration Information Bureau. Ono so immigration ni a ono so abandon esi ho se ekoba se ye bisa sem afa eye akwantu a ye tu efi Ghana akwa monone a ono so odi mu tintiman pa one de ye beje na je ntwere afa eye telephone so, but Osofo Kofi will be joining me physically in the studios. Aveyenko minua no mo ho. I want to start from Obri, how did you manage to get to Canada? Ebane saying, give me in the next 1 minute a summary of how you managed to get to Canada. Empire Bo, Ode, Uko Pe Visa, Uko Ya Kwanchre, Uko Atria Mountains. How did you manage to get to Canada?
Well, I would say, I will bring it back, during the national service time, I had the opportunity to serve at Parliament as a parliamentary correspondent with Top Radio. And
so now we are journalist.
Yes. So at that time, I got the opportunity to join the Ghana AIDS Commission for a program in Canada. Now, it was a World AIDS Conference. And after the conference, yes, Misamba back to Efie. And then because the nature of the conference, now we were reporting, we had the opportunity, when we entered, they gave us a multiple of entry. So maybe back to establish a relation, and then I basically went back and then removed it. But then me kind idea about me at that time, me news editor used to tell me, if that is what you want to do, you still have your job. Until corner year, I mean, just come back home and that really kept me. It was some kind of an inspiration to me. Until me samba back, it was good for me at that time.
Okay, and Danny, Ebra will report to Emma a year Top Radio. Now, we training your journalism. Say we know you're a doctor. Do let me know your training. School Ben, we are going to now they report to Emma a year Top Radio.
So at that time, I finished with at the University of Cape Coast, a physical science at that time.
Okay.
And I managed to really go into because not back then, there was a campus radio station. Intina Yenina Ebwa Radio Vaco were really helping there. And now we were reporting basically for Joy FM at that time. And some of us felt there's a need for us to go back into the media. Into na yekosia na ankasa no na enye no ene ne yedi adwuma. But way back at the university, I was also doing advanced diploma in journalism at KNUSC. So it was a long distance way there. And that is what really happened.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a combination of too many. I mean, these questions are very important for our students who possibly are in level 300, 400. They want to come. Omunya yasuswa nanka omu bekwa bruchiri. Mekai, mi student bako or University of Ghana. Yabetro exams. Ofre me o say exams ni mi nchuro bi mu adentia connection man bi eneno yen hyehyeye. And your cultural paper we are nanka baby out because that be connection man assurance say or the neko. Now Obri, can you imagine say when your visa no on also exams when to me a metro, and this is a very, very, very bad one for almost obi or per se woko. And tina mi who say oh yeah why do you say wo ko a year Canada akoko suku and I say uko dipa.
Well, my kind of said me could do honeymoon there. I started working for a while, but until say me buy BM. Then in that process, I check Accra.
Okay.
Into me back into a few, I realized say, me now for me ja omo e wo fie ni nano. A lot of them now have their master's degree, and they were really doing very well, and. Because I basically felt, say, I'm wasting my time, say, me juma. And tonight, say, Obi, Obi, no be bisa, and then now we are, to be who are there, I will catch any park when they say, oh, be juma, it will fee any idea. And basically, me share me now for any be, I me buy indoors, kakra, na me catch and brasses, so be. Bisa ma say Quarcoo here on kind of send me call back, and that was a transformation point because my friends helped me to realize say not only you working but you're a young person and you have the brains. But now of course that was what my brother used to always tell me, say you need to go back to school. You need to go back to school. And me within that few weeks, almost about 2 weeks, I started thinking, what can I do? At the end, I met to me, I said, Mifi, met to me, I am some Ghana, met to me, I said, not some Wahonsa, met to me, I said, so that was the transformation point for me. Until I started looking into what I can do. I started searching the universities and other stuff. And of course, I had almost about 6 hours flight to Amsterdam. Man, that was playing. It was just
planning and planning,
brainstorming about things that I can do. To be do back now, I started applying for schools. I started looking at it, and I said, okay, if I go into the industry, I can practice back home and then here. I can also help people around. So that is when the interest came in to go into the. To be a dentist.
All right. So fair enough. So we are looking at a former physical science student who now transits into becoming a journalist, practice for a very short while, gains a certain opportunity into Canada, unyane visa, a year. A multiple visa. Now he settles in Canada but decides to go into another form of education, which is dentistry. Yenko Alfred ho na Alfred me pese ososo ochire yen de na du kwa bruche wo de obrofo no sha se wo kana muse slangs abam be me se snow no ramu musa de anabrofo na Alfred, what took you abroad?
All right, thank you very much, Ozofo. Has to do with the American lottery.
Okay.
I went to training college in Ghana, so I became a teacher. And during the time of, education, some people comes around, filling up forms if you want to try the American lottery. So initially, I wasn't having the
Is it
edge to
during
do
the
it,
training
but
college when you were in school was when they came, or when you had finished and you were teaching?
no, when we were still in training
Okay,
college,
which training college did you go to?
Mampon Technical Training
Okay,
Institute.
all right, go ahead.
So we did the American lottery at that time. And when the results came, like the following year, likely I was the only one who won at that time in the school.
Wow.
So that gave me the opportunity to come, but it has to take some process. So we went through, the process. By that time, we finished school. We went out as teacher trainees. We did all our practice, and I was teaching as a teacher. Then everything went through, and I left Ghana. And that was 2009. That was 2009. So it's been some time now. And, I came to America. And as sometimes, they used to say, about that time when you are coming, they said, oh, you're going to have house. They're going to give you work and everything. But when personally I came, I did not see any house. Even I didn't have anybody to go to.
All right.
So before you enter, they ask you so many questions. So you have to call some people who knows other people, because personally, I did not know anybody over in America. But through some friends, we got to know other people, and I came to settle here. So initially, it was very tough because I was teaching as a teacher. I came to America, I don't have anybody. You are living with somebody. You can't even think about school. All that you think about is to find work, get money, and, in Ghana, to buy even ticket to come to America wasn't easy. You have to borrow money. So when I came, I have to work, for some time to pay the debt back home. And it took some while because even initially, my green card, my social security did not come. There was some complications. And I have to stay home for almost like 7 to 8 months, not working. And as you always say, there was a connection mine in between the process.
Okay.
He's
Even
in
with the
Ghana,
American lottery.
waiting to get his part of the money. I'm now working in America. And, my parents who stood in for me to come in, he was attacking them to get his money. And I have to call him and tell him, ever since I came for 8 good months, there hasn't been any work for me. How do you want me to pay something that I'm not even working? It was a little bit tough.
Interesting. Alfred, I will be back with some rather very definite questions, especially for you and Danny. I want to know how spirituality played a role in your process of migrating to Canada. And Paibo Ben Amobo, yeah, mo passport come Paibo Bia. And how did it happen? But before that, I want to introduce my studio guest, my brother, very Reverend Dr. 𝗟𝗏𝗘 is with me. Also, Quarcoo, good to have you.
Yeah, good to have you, Papa.
Yes, and some also the traffic in some Kumakra. O money be no good. TV news. I will tell you gonna. You're gonna. Bamu penalty so also, I'll be coming to you, but I also have an immigration officer with us now in the studios online. Enti Richard 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗿𝗏, or Deputy Superintendent of Immigration in charge of the Immigration Information Bureau. Richie, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing, my brother?
Oh, by His grace, we are doing well.
Yeah, that's it. Good to have you on screen. We want to also welcome you to Serena Shrine, the segment called 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗘.
Yeah, that's it.
Anope ye hwe akwantutuo ni enimu say immigration for there mo na mo mote border so border ye di ko wiemu o border ye di ko nsuosuo border so ende nam asase so mo na aban amamo akwanya. In your opinion, what will you call the whole process of immigration? Then our be friend no the betri mu na wo chirechire mu a immigration kra ye de ade.
Me da se mama me akwenya yi se me so me nche madwen efa Ghana immigration stance whenever immigration. You know, immigration, you are migrating out of Krubia now so a home and a year who place of stay, maybe I would say, into who fee that jurisdiction, now I call baby for either temporary or permanently. And I be a can say, what immigrate every point A, echo point B. Now, all corners, now we will trim, could be will trim, and none the reasons are if really your decision making for you to immigrate or me can say migrate. Yes.
All right, come on. Na modia mo border no yi save you do border no pe ye je o passport a ye ne ebisa where are you going to no abo o ka say ukoye den we know say be dey call for visit 1 week 2 weeks 1 month but the biso so call akotena ho say dey wo kan no they are actually migrating. What are some of the reasons people give for moving out of the country?
You know, reasons need be a been some person fee or minimum edoson. It be for labor purposes. It be so if you work on a hand.
Okay, labor purposes such as okopejuma, greener pastures. Okay.
Yes, and no any objective in or they call for better opportunities and a high wages.
Okay.
If you're Ghana hano, aketia or share origin in Dubia, and then the best option is say mean to bata and I mean to coin. Send a bear me to me any higher wages or get a better job opportunity. Ewo amanoni. Good. And only one of the major reasons in here we been a 2 coin. Ghana had the other forms need be refugee issues, but yen hani de okun see her. Until you to me say Ghanaian need 2 coin aqua or say or call or migrate as a result of persecution and I say conflict. It be better me see when it comes to political arena because of the political allegiance linked to me entina meaning say it in our past history it that and also another way a memo beauty coin will be also not or because of seasonal work. Ebia ejume biaba emfa say example typical example Italy once they are into agriculture it no do no 2 kwan or call for that purpose
say be or cotton toes.
Yes, temporarily for a short period and then obesign eji no stand back to Ghana being.
All right.
The person is being forced, compelled to move. Ebiana disaster be AC, environmental disaster be AC. And baby otino, there is no way otinawa ebi to me abua.
Okay.
Necessary nipa kono or move.
All right.
In these forms in labor migration and a year kesipa. Obi so obet obeko oba ebia no yare. For health reasons, inti obetumi etu kwan I migrate. Obi also anokoto ani school so and also a kwan da ho obetumi akoto ani school so.
All right.
These are some of the areas
Okay, very well. Yeah, besa babiem na ye ba we dwindwin we want to know whether it is true. Say ebitimi de nkrata bi bremotif say nkrata we dey fake nkrata. We nanim ka say kwadwo nkrata ye nye or say papa na bi a connection man bi ene de man we will come back to you but producer na wo be kasa na o camera and we position ye amayenti producer no be kasa ye ba we'll be talking about immigration and documentation. Also for Yemra studio na many of the other Kofi Visa. You know, na water man. Na Satan ye me di sofo de na mo na mo ba be di sofo. De ati ase so sofo Kofi me se we tu kwan kwaburu chiri. Obi as ya fa ne sempo. Eja we didi sofo achamfo ye bo ase kakra kwaburu chiri. So how did you manage going abroad?
Yo. Also penny me that say me the enchia kese ma wetie for WTV tie for na ye ma mo official paso emfie num onyame adomara kwa enchia ema obi a ohwe also for ma minchia ma sorry emma United Church Teshinungwa Estate onyame enka mo ho na ne ayeye bia eyeye
chia preside num so e so mo na do
eno de say de sorry empenimfo na emu protocol.
That's right.
Presiding and yes, omo no mo de me koye keke me van say ne owo hɔ a me koye papa Abwaji Mensa.
Okay.
In fact, papa Asante Ntwi efi so na papa Abwaji Mensa.
O me kra na me ka teshi asemi. Sa fe na ye ba ya kwetu. Omo de ko teshi United.
Presiding papa Boafo, only wule president and o administrative bishop any penifo e head office o gina ye de radinchi a ebremo enkanka edwumapa mo ye e wo Wesley Towers o nyame nhira mo WTB penifo so sa enso ye chia mo osofo adenti ma metu kwan kwa abrochire yese na mekoto amadisu aso enkrofo bebre ye nhye de nim me motivation abra me wie Trinity no na the year 2005 na Trinity Theological Seminary any Old Testament Kwesiado mpo wie 1 year before me.
Onu 2004. Okay, all right.
Bible Society General Secretary. All right. Ono so kwesi mi chiao osoma me ema me ko preach wo Mount Olivet ema no.
Okay.
Bible Sunday Kwesiado abe inti Mount Olivet asofu mpenifo so mi chia mo osofo pon wandam ene na asofu nyina mo je me fine Kwesiado abe sin ya me nchira mo. Enti me wie Trinity no na Trinity Theological Seminary any Old Testament lecturer ukura PhD.
Okay.
Yeah, Old Testament lecturer chere ya depa Hebrew ni Old Testament Professor Mrs. Akoto.
Okay.
Ono
at the time
and then me te ha me Old Testament ono na motivate me na me penade chere ekwan ofa so chere
professor
professor ekwan ofa so chere Hebrew no Reverend Professor Mrs. Akoto na me fe inti eno na ma me ni je hu say me sua Old Testament
that time na osofo ekem we
osofo ekem no mainly oye New Testament.
Okay.
Inti just before ye be wie no Professor Mrs. Akoto etu kwan enti eka Professor Kemo Biblical Studies jono na oba inti final year no ono no chere ye Hebrew any ade. So my aim was that me kosua ade enya PhD in Old Testament na mabeboa ade chere e wo Trinity. Fast forward one thing led to another. By the time I'm wie no na Old Testament lectures in PhD in Ebu Trinity. In Teenager say there was no immediate need for me. Me share that free Trinity president at that time. I can say, me we me PhD Old Testament, and I can clearly say, oh, see there. When I started, now so for Professor Make Dumu, ababak.
Okay.
Internet say my year so there me ba me to me aboa, but there was no immediate need for me. Inti ade na so ma me kwa abrochire adesua say me kusua ade na me de abeboa especially Trinity Theological Seminary.
Also we will also be back again with how life is abroad. Ebia enam adesua so awokọ ye na asori so bo awo yenim say ukodu ye no ukodon eye Methodist asafo wo eye English but na brabo te sen ye beba wo so na da form yenim say obusua wo ho sikei eso ne gumu so but we'll be back. We want to go to our brother Richard so that we can finish with yenim so no de na juma dos but Richard ye ni wunwie na ye ma baba. Oh, okay, right. Brother Richard, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello. Richard, I can hear you.
You cannot hear me.
I can hear you now. All right. So I am asking, is it really true that sometimes people present fake documents to you at the border post of entry or is it?
Medasi. Yes, if you are obi a all ban say na odi kan no na enye onu personally and our apply for visa no nankasa submitting a passport e dey call embassy no amaya friend say owura beje o passport na e visa no abom. Yes, if you na enyo no ye na obi we can say yen ha dey can connection man or an intermediary person onu e na odi nenim eye bibia. You cannot trust everybody. In a do or the bro, you are naive. Who name say bia visa na ebo passport nimu eye genuine and I say enye genuine. Into the buy we the weniaji say we be too fine. So immediately you get to the airport, visa na ebo passport nimu eno na air trace say we be to me too fine. No, at the airport, when it is scanned, immediately the faker, the people say a fake. Immediately, the people say a fake. In the past, officials will refer you to a document fraud expertise office at airport. And as a border entry, far, you think that is the accessibility benefit of mining. They will refer you to them and hold you up. Nefi, you started to talk one makumbakum. Now, one so presented documents, echo embassies, Echo now cast and cat airport the over passport and every train. So visa boom. Now say, call ako submitting in crata embassy hona. That is where mostly these documentations are come and say be a fake in AC. Nti sana ogun say ehwo no wo wadwin say you say you hear bank statement, so you go and then you go and do fictitious bank statements. Now they are back with certificate if you won't do first degree and now you masters now so what for kweti kwan bi so akọ ye forgery. Yes, we can say forgery and also a crime. A crime against immigration, they will check your background, they will go back, all the Nkrata now they are banning and sign Afawichi, Ashishe Munina, send out the Bayanina, Pepe. They will give you a call to come up. But before even you get there, either the police or immigration has been informed. Inti no call up na ya frɛ na wo ba no eye wo say
o ko je visa no
you ba be visa you do one hand over to the authorities, then they pick you up. That is what happens.
All right, that's an unfortunate one, but let's go to our two brothers, Alfred especially. Alfred, obi a wo suku a wo sua de so be ye teacher na visa lottery for aba around. What was the role of prayer? Na wo mpaibo wada ye som said dakro ubekwa bruchiri na ebusua ho atona. What was the place of prayer in your moving to the US?
All right, also Medase for that question. Actually, Sanya Meshasia Namekana na any margin across me too quite. It was part of it. Pra say me too quite. But you know. And I person, but eventually we did it. And later, you know, Eba say wa win it. And Okrano, so who will be Sika, ye boarding, and Tikrano, I gave up. But at some point, you know, Nipanaka say, you beat me, Okwa, no what ya, the fence and Sikano at the Amame back. Ain't point of prayer there. Now, Ajada will be a bonfire, say, Abrabono, Ebeye. And when you hear of say over to America, that is like a plus for you.
American pie, but different from Kumasi pie, but so free crack.
And you can answer.
All right.
Yeah, I think about say, oh, why when you wait me a corner, but then Seniana make a nipano sikasemia, the sikasu nifi, you know, and na adding, I was a Bosnia ball here and there. near the it took like a while. Visa no crano a kaketu webi anka epiamu. But nipa no who say ontimi fa mo bia at that particular time na fingerprinting no ma banti. Na nya dia bit media ma obi because of say would sikanti. You was say or the mame na actually no yes insan krata say okwa na wabetua ekano e dia mame. As a matter of fact, we didn't even know say sa niema we no nyina na free a wa kura utimi ye. But because of so my they put a high price on it because of say why winning. Then you have to pay before you go. Oh, call interview, you know, do a cheat. So when you saka over sana, I wanna or any part they will take it out from you. So the baya utia or moka, then they give it back to you. Untia kana obey ira sabaya ubitia answer. And now don't be call agreement to be answer or the visa no amount. And this is something that has been going on. And me I'm a baby chile you know a lot. A lot out of people are almost go through stress because of some of these things. But I don't know because wow be to me aya here will be a fufurobia more sana se bia sikasembia esosa ebebemu obe to me de to a coin.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Intina ye chere ahwefo se ene ye hwe the promise against the reality. Connection man so betima mo akwa chire wa so da ye som o passport we o compare be prophetic service be okra passport ye de wo yire wo bia se nyina fa passport we ho o peso kwa brochire ye hwe bo hwe wo mu ene nokware so a ewo mu eno na eye Alfred akachire say American visa any immigration papers ya ye ka ho asem nyina wo utimi tena wo computer chi bobo wade ye ne kama entwen connection mind bia but yemra Danny, what was the place of prayer na ote Canada ote se enkrofo bebre peso omo ba ho a ebi ko eye Atwea Mountains ebi ko Dumfa ebi ewo yen yankasa asafo mu a ye press Awurade ebedum yen. What is the place of prayer in how you moved to Canada?
Well, Mecca said there was really a God factor because you have an opportunity, you know, and it was by God's grace, say, you get that privilege, say, by joining. At that time, you know, Professor 𝗦cie𝗿𝗲𝗘, then the Ghana East chairman.
Ghana East chair, the first Ghana, yeah.
Chair, no, I mean, giving you that opportunity, say, join the dedication, but then being on, having that on your mind is say, somebody gave you that opportunity, and therefore, no, adena esa okoye no obeko no akoye, and then you come back, and then after no, you will not be on the ticket of Sankrofoni, but you will be on your own, and that was really the factor. But after a year, I mean, we went through the process and everything, and settle down into the country wasn't all that easy as it is. And that one, you know, you don't know your next move. Where is your next move going to be at? And you depend on friends and other people to really help you to go to. But any easy, sir, say, Ubedu Abruchi, and all of a sudden, especially when you don't know anybody there, you want to really get to where you want to get to. And Shadanye easy, sir. It is a slow process, but when there is God in the Fatana, you are able to really get your guiding angels who come along the way to embrace you and open that door for you to really get to the level Opese will get it to. But so Canada has here, there are so many people that comes here and yeah easy. Until like our brother Alfred Eka, you know, it is not easy coming over here. The promises they make to you, but the reality, you know, a different from Senawati Ufi and Ubedu Hasi. And sometimes so can one can hear Ubibeka say na se enya adinti na
no ni asem no mo se enya yeden na so wote ho uba dollar wona ne sika bebre enti mo me enko ho ne so enko hwebie
Yes, but a lot of people that comes outside or move back to a few, a lot of them fake the life. They come home or they almost about there 3 or 4 years and are prepared for maybe a 3 weeks vacation or Ghana. And Tariani idea what to Tony shepherd life or Baby leading. Ubabi do back, Uba back to Kruman.
Yeah, the story no credit card or so.
They different. And the people come to Ghana and let people know, say, oh, they are living so much good time near there. But the story, different. I know, said a couple of times I'm about Ghana. I mean, from last year, there been multiple trips that I've been in Ghana. Obi to me, beside say, hey, one year won't say, if you are breaching, but I'm say, and then it just say you have to really behave that way. But the system, is such a way, say, so when you will be Amanam.
Okay.
Currently, if you move to me back room, baby or more better crown, difficult. And the connection man be a catch oh, we do airport pay, upi, as soon as Siba before, F airport one, Edward Kofi, Obako do feel, have a dramonte,
all right, Obri, a better I say on that. Also, for Odi, 𝗟𝗏𝗍𝗏, Udi software. What sound by Ghana? Me sure say busuan for krebi gusu wo ho a ebi hwe na omaye no maba. Paint the picture for us. How was life for you and how is life for some of our brethren?
Also for me that say this is a very important question. Adzika me pese me ma caveat bi.
Okay.
Sa abrochire ye den asem no me nkan bi da.
Okay.
Me nkan bi so da. And also abuba abrochira ubebre enti memba me nkan bi da me nkan bi so da.
Adentia.
Sentire ne say abrochire enye as bad as some of the people that work on some a painty. And it is not as rosy as we paint. Baby ano wo bra ubenyedi.
Okay.
That is one thing. In Penifo say baby a ye kwanchuma ebre.
That's right.
Enti se wo Ghana ha na wo edwuma papa bi a wo ye a wo sika eba wo kotoku ma wo ho towa. Mean too for say ton wo dan na ton wo car na sesa wo sika na kwotena brochi ena se wo Ghana na bribinti wo pese wo kwa brochira me nka nche se menko ne ameka kire wo ne se bomboden se wo benya nkrata eye papa
na wo benya wan
se suku na wo kwa omai bia Canada USA UK Obia every country be European countries obia wo legal routes ye faso den eko enti se wo bisem ye ye wo mo kosua de ekwan a ombe faso ako ye wo mo pese koye edwuma a kura the necessary qualification ekwan a ombe faso den ako afutu a medi tu nkrofo rather ne say men kwa brochire wo bra wunkura nkrata eye papa.
Okay.
Because minimum nkrofo and that is where abrochire ye den asemne ba.
Okay.
Nkrofo bebre ka chance abrochire ye den na memba no ono anka so okono na nkrata ekura no na enye papa. Minime bi mu a meme call hodo in 2009. Na wakwa abrochire be ye 14-15 years and na menkrata oninti edin odete ho enye din a yenim no ejuma oye obi wo ho for over 14 years waye ejuma just 2 hours a day sa no odete ho isan se oninkrata papa inti abrochire ye din yes eho ejuma den wo be ye papa wo be sori ahomache wo be ko wo be ba anajo ejuma nkrofo ye wo krum ha ye hu like Adzika dobri yakwa ejuma late and untumi ye wa bruchi ye be yiwedi inti that is where obre no wo.
Okay.
But they be make say papa sika ye ejuma wa bruchi ye di tua ye wa bruchi no papa say ye te Ghana ha ɛna yɛdia tie me yio nea yɛde tua yɛ wabrokyire no sɛ yɛte Ghana ha na yɛdia papa yɛda presidential palace bu
I see.
but sɛ wotena abrokyire ho dia
enso
so that is
what you abrokyire so now ho kyerɛ kwan bi so
for kase abrokyire yɛden because wayɛ adwuma bosomi ni nyinaa bia yɛtua no bɛyɛ £1,500 emu bɛyɛ 1,200 ɛbɛkɔ into bills
rent,
and
utilities
but ni 200 ni 300 na aka no so to me save na te sɛ nea na yɛnua baako ɔwɔ Canada na USA to me save saa sika nkakra na for 4 years na ɔde bɛtena kurom amasa
ɔyɛ nanaba
and secondly papa adeɛ baako a mehu ne sɛ abrokyire asetena just like living anywhere ɛwɔ bia ne niti
okay
ɛgyibinom Bajo what na meka na say obi wo ho a kwa abrokyire a ne dwumaden ne opportunities bi a wonya ye ne nipa papa bi okohia o mo no etumi fama no obi so wo ho beko okura ne bibia pepepe ba ne ho be kire no ma me ma o me angasa me personal example me ko say me kusua de me kura 1 year student visa nyame adom me ma bere so no
what this one 1 year student visa
to start with
okay
into me call visa medical was to do masters in Cambridge.
Okay.
It was for 1 year, 4 months.
Okay.
But the opportunity at that time, which later was taken off, I think on one side there, and it says, so if you Commonwealth country, now we call UK, usunya de from first degree level and above, we are your visa, ultimately na kurumo ye juma for 2 years.
Okay.
And within that 2 years, no, ube to me assign, I should route for fra, would better now. Enti misuya de wie minya me 2 years visa Methodist for ama me kwan say memfa mwebo ame ho na memfa ye me PhD no 2 years no time so ye me kosesa no menye boni bia medwuma mi ni bi na ye mistake wo me document so edwuma mi immigration nipa ye in charge of preparing me for visa on my document and then no ye mistake kitikiti bi document so papa beye afe ne busum mienu na meti UK menye illegal immigrant but na mintu menye hwe because obi aye mistake e wo menkrata so ye twen ya etumi koye but enam sa problem ni nti me ma me kura fi mu a mentumi amba
that is a sad one
enti me no se me hwe me sa experience no a meka che osabruchi ye but obi wo ho a oni sa experience
but me sa immigration officer Richard what is the role of the Immigration Service of Ghana in helping citizens to have good documentation in order to travel abroad? I don't know whether your jurisdiction goes beyond that. And krata no mutimi bua me hwehwema onipa ni timi enya krata papa. What role does immigration play in documentation?
With us ye. Ghana immigration ye share ye bua in krata semu. Immigration so die asye bibi amemi was say Migration Information Bureau no. What we do is say you call abontin ekwotrechre citizens kwan pa obefa so a ubetu kwan and then educate them say kwan way ofa so a emboa. In doing that, now we educate them on their documentations ubefa so a udebeko. Avoid middlemen but apply these things yourself. Main transfer ewo nkrata sema wo present akọ embassy nso men yes ade no banka whatever qualifications you have and the purpose for which wo pese wo di tu kwan no sankrata yi na bomodin se wo di beko na asoye no ni akra nko ye biebie nkrabata wo other regions. We want the people to get close to Ghana Immigration Service. You know, call other regions, the northern region, your center or Uba Sunyania, yes, our center or Hoko Kumasia, Ibu or Hoko Western region, Takradia, Ibisu or Eastern region so no ye bi wo ho na nsen so nipa no eba center ho na officers any woman tenasi na ya treasury mu say their passport and a they will guide you ekwan befa so obenya wo Ghana passport ebio ye betu fo say okoji visa wankasa ko embassy ho na fi kwana koji visa requirements no a wobetumi ahwe so a present wo nkrata nyina a wo de beko embassy ho eno no winim say wankasa na wo ye sa neoma no menye forgery wo age you advise you say don't either say obeti wo age so because of opportunity be abenti no say be ya obetumi emiti ebinum fasa kwan so eko birth and death eko sesa neoma bi efe we do school certificate ebeba together now you try to merge birth and death we say birth certificate no was not disparity room eyesa na emboa into no be educate them they come near be sorry mosques marketplaces even transport stations cry you call e bia na enye ono driver no e no tu kwan but ni wo facility be ban ntia be ka trend say offer mati say akwenye die pie wa ha say o kan say ni na wi na offer nsa catches oh adamu immigration for by you intino so no pa jomo nambe na from na visit on center when that happens it helps intino boa omo to me ehihye omo bibie ansana obeko embassy a wasubmit onkrata edako embassy. The immigration does all these things to help the citizens of this country now. Say, pass yenye referral so ye be referral amount. Nebia, bibia, ye muan into me do no. Ye refer to another agency and institution. Say be out pay juma. Ye be refer to labor department to ensure say company A, company B, or person or do two kwan. Or ye registered with the labor department or on krata say utumi de wo eko amanone eko pe ejuma na the reason why we do that is say the brave wo a omofa especially the young women ye beti say Saudi Arabia Ghana ma be brave wo why because omo kono woman fa so nipa ni obeka so di visa na dey no dey call there but one check background of the company or the neko bebre wo ho a omo ko dupe na asemaba onye du ya ni aje passport na fi untumi ni ebusuya en communicate because ekwan mo fast no omo dey na dey kwan ne fast no ye be friend say they are trafficking human trafficking ya dada wo na yedi wakudu udu ya onkrata udi rakro ni ni aje passport ne finisem de nyaje pe ase se won de wo biom pakoye akwa ama nipa kra ono sponsor asa di le ma won eko na akosum intino some of these things we advise them oko labor sa na nipa ne registered not the oko na BBC now the government of Ghana can trace say Lucky Enterprise and the sister me fan say 𝗦𝗏𝗏 etu kwan call here now 𝗦𝗏𝗏 bush afa ba say 𝗦𝗏𝗏 to me biom issues abaya denika in the government will hold Lucky Enterprise responsible to ensure say you're coming back to Ghana. Lucky Enterprise will get whatever financial way and then the agents akasa and they will bring you back safely. Sanyome yaya bua bibra mama baba. Immigration does a lot to help Ghanaian citizens.
Amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, ashafo ni bi send the message just o mani ajepa, especially also for Gofemisa or fraternity or UK. Or say good morning, watching you from London. Ghanaian Methodists in UK greatly benefited from Reverend Dr. Kofiemisa's ministry whilst he was here with us in the UK. God bless you, Osofo. And this is from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏
is one of the early general secretaries of the Ghanaian Methodist
Oh
Fellowship.
wow, wow, he's really
Why
well.
Juma pa?
Why Juma? Suffer or yes, suffer mwa.
Or yeah, lay person.
Okay,
but
all right.
Juma pa.
Okay. Godfred, baby, I'll be an inshallah. Keep the torch off of the Wesleyan Fraternity Benny. God bless you, WTV, for the massive education on the immigration versus reality. I feel so yes, son, was are you go to the good works you are doing, Osofo Auntie Na, as well as the crew behind the scenes. And so the previous message sent was from Belinda Okan Ononana Ocha and said, God bless. There's also Vivian Ansa, who is also greeting us from North America. Our phone lines are now open. 025 625 3461. 025 625 3461. Also, for Kofi studio, Yenuanom Alfred, and Danny, almost also online. We also have Richard, a immigration officer. Or also a year TV so obi a person will be the question be a want to me misa connection mine and ne bisa immigration foi or so for so no mo na akwa brochire de akobom frama ama ice ananu omo ho say omo say brochire nye ebi de say brochire ye ebi say brochire nye said the tie bia bisa question we are here to answer these questions. So for me nko Danini Alfred so na mensa amra. Alfred, I am giving you 1 minute to advise anybody who wants to travel abroad. Per your experience, a foot to bena udi ebetu we are not done so etufo.
All right, may I say, I think I was side with also for Brana or Casano Kakra na the Trianium for Abrochire Sania can Ebia Yetri Sania Meka say I never went to Apia Mountain to pray, but God opened the door for me to go to Abrochire. And I never can say Yaka Yakanino. I think say Yana mostly initially. So Woba and Ayana ending. Wunya will now switchina a very okay. May opportunities be in Apia Mafemua, meaning say Abuame. Sending also for Canada. So will be pebby ye ever Ghana, man how. Because the amount of stress that you put yourself in and Sawaba Bedruani, I don't know. Will be great to me kuno. No be so up to this time, on Timina and Naso Crada, and so what you bridge. And it's a matter and say, yeah, how are you to quine? Tetina say, wound to me, and Yaman Koye with ya, and out to quine. Said, Yama, ya, never be out. Na, yeah, say. But me ye biano with Onyame Moano, ye bit me aquayanim. Na Yamen so echira ye. It is all be ye pardia. Poswana ye, Nanyame evichirao. Pardon pa ye, Nanyame vichirao, men to quite. But say, wouldn't it be a now per se? And I be Kosua enya ya, or the bra, yabwa.
Yate, Daniel Zane Baba Hon also were too full. What's some way chat talk? Yenya, a yima, Yima Casa fee takrade. Ima, oh, yeah, sure, Ima. Danny was also yamfa o conclusion a dear futu na udi to a year Ghana for one method is for a share war mabunu.
Make us say in the reality of say we are a young person and opeso to kind at the Bible say yes, there are good side and there are bad side of, but it all depends on you. What exactly? The beer opesoko, the process you go to, nipa obabi siniso, se nipa no, how your breakthrough will come out. It is through this people around that will help you to really get to the level that you want to get to. But to some of us who want to really come in, now we need a proper documentation. It is so difficult. It blocks so many things about you. Because if you are using Obi Krata at the year Juma, so Obi Krata year Juma with the multiple names, just as Sofo Kofi Misa had said, it's so difficult. There are so many disadvantages because nipa no ba ko ye adwuma ne be wie no ko ba ko sesa check no no de wu sika de ama no it goes sometimes no a whole lot of process that you go to over there. Nipa no ye adwuma e ma no o build the pension the way e de ama no wo de kakra so de ma wo no and it becomes a problem inside there. But Danny, if you have the ability so obetumi aba school now you want to come out, I will always advise young people that I speak to, go in education way. Bra, far for school. Now, bra, in Canada, there are so many opportunities. Say, Obeba, no abisuade, na usuade area. They have something they call postgraduate work permits. You can work for certain number of hours. Those hours in the the government invite you to apply for a permanent residence.
All right, Danny, you better say to that effect. Mary, who can say fit akrade? Yo, question Ben Ubisa.
Maybe I show besides say your friend say Ghana for no more abortion. Ghana for no more abortion. When you put it to say me present me to quite na me go home. Maybe I say me aye madam na say makwa do home. Yewo association bi I say be Ghana for no no mo mutinebua. The friend say Ghana for no mo free Ghana hanum alcohol no na. Say no more hanum ko kata na ade na like mo ko stranded na ade na. It will be do hono be.
Oh yes, association there, association but as to say association no atum. Okay, my saying of refo be menyen ka wona face of for enka. Hello. Ama no temeka. Fireman.
Yeah, so for me
fire.
Me so takra me pese me kan say. Ghana for omaso edin. Muti omai mu hunya mbu bia pepepe. Muti mu tukwan akobi mu aso. Mu koso mu ngwagwa mu na ma stranded e wo hodum. Na afide mu Ghana amapeni adi say amapeni me fam efi honum no fam mbra. Me sere pa say there were companies bi wo Ghana hanuma. Omu ye katahihye omu organizing profile no mu de omu tukwan. Kan profile no yen fiso mu ye pa. I'm telling you, yes, I know the church come on more. But brother, frustrated. More fire.
All right. Fireman, does Yemfa of Refo Chatokra, Francis Nyami. Francis, yes, I'm more baby.
Yeah, yeah, so for Edamwasi. I'm a campus mechanic. Who share Ghana Hakra? It be 1 or 2 coin free crabber and crying so. Also, okay, now on so I bogus. Yeah, Kakra mechanic say, sorry, no international missions, If I say a bit me, branch here, almost beshe that are going to use ceremony within our various dioceses and circuits, so that there will be person to choir. That body no bit me a church, a bit me a link. Now you know our web channel, so we can connect them to that branch. We did say yes, sir. Beboa na do donate me ekwa omonso etimi abeboa sorry ni omaino.
All right, yeah, better say Yemra immigration officer Richard 2 year fue yenya ye pesi 2 kwan yenya ye hia moa efi immigration for ho 2 year for in just about 1 minute.
Me da wase se mama me sa akwenyi futu a medican akan say pesi 2 kwan a seek for information share information a ebeboa ama wetimi edi 2 kwan ye di kan kro bi opeso okosu bia no hwe omo passport ho sem e no omo visa ho sem nsise ya ewo sa nyoma ni nyina na fi omo health and vaccination requirements and sana odi be rura sa akronim etese wo hwehwe na wan kasa so no ensure so be travel insurance obi nim na ebesi emergency dia betimi esi get yourself prepared. Na fi kind Quarcoo on safety and security issues. Bibi a jesa woko, bibi a NSS woko. Na ni krakra no Ghana Immigration Service ebie ya tabe mu say information bia wo hia bia no krado. Just walk in to our offices. Free yen Adzika. Na bebisa na yemboa ni nchecho. Now, preventive from travel. So, if the travel is genuine, you can go, but avoid irregular means of traveling. ɛne deɛ yɛbɛka kyerɛw wokɔfa kwiti kwan so na wokɔ a wokɔdu pɛ wo ho bɛkyerɛw ɛsiane sɛ wommra kuro nim kwan pa so nti yɛbɛtu fo visit our centers and then we will gladly assist you.
Yo, you better say pa. So for yemra studio ha now so to for insurance yeah. Okay. Now no me flight is a sign from Amsterdam me go for Morocco. I feel me ko me insurance my travel insurance come me ko ji be see ne my. So for 2 year for now for from run
travel insurance now we Ghana there na me boy.
Oh Ghana there.
Me the be see
Hey Ghana there.
Me the be see wa.
All right.
Edikam say me nuanom no 2 year for bebre enti afutuo we for individuals. Okay. I think me the be see wa na omaka na no ano no. Na yetusu me nam say etiefo ni bi ahwefo ni bi ebisa question about udu a emwa obutumi. I think almost every country bia Robert na Ghana for abo omo dada. Ghana Union was so many places. UK will be, I'm sure US they have their own version, other European countries. It is a udua. I think say idea about kwa ye to kwa yenta anhwe. And it's a passport na Ghana passport na ye di to kwa na. Ya tro wo mu say. So winya du kro na wo to kwa ya koso nu pe. Hwehwe Ghana embassy and a high commission. Okay. Na ko register. Na ye hu say wo man mu ama bibi ba ye tumi aboa wo ntem nti enu so hia but nti enu so hia ba Ghana Union ne ade so and especially in sorry in fact abrochire die we ye Ghana ni na wokwa in sorry no eboa pa nti bombodi anafa wo ho hye asori bim ba papa ma futuo kese a me de be ma me ma sorry methodist asori enem say metu ye fo kakra ye ejuma ye ewo amanone no say ye bobo Ghana for anno ewo amanone no ye ma ye ni enko ho kakra because there are so many benefits ye betumi enya ama ye nkrofo etu kwan kwa amanone ene yankasa asori ewo Ghana so me nka ne tenten but papa ade ba kon se ye te ho say one akwentuo enya adebone mo bia mayem play guilty button e wo na dwen so say we tu kwan akwa abruchiri ana opese we tu kwan akwa abruchiri e ya de bone enya de bone papa Ghana ha ye we
so for we 5 seconds
ye we teacher for bebre aye ntumi nya school ma mo nkyira de ye wo nurses for aye nya hospital mo nkoye adwuma ye wo doc we have overproduced labor we know ya nkrofo bebre mo ewie school mo qualification mo nya adwuma abrochire so hia sa nkrofo no
so for ye better was
enti asori no betumi etu anamo bi a ye bebo mo atu kwan the regular and the legal way na ye san so aboabo mo ano e wa abrochire ho e de aboa both on mine sorry.
So for I think we need another round of this discussion in the studio now. Time ye be mukakra because afre folk go echire ho nya sem keto but we want to thank the Ghana Immigration Service so much for allowing yourself to be used this morning. We want to especially thank Madam Maud, Madam Pamela and Sister Bura. Munyina madomo yen aboa yen papa anope. But this morning it has been with us from the studios of the Reverend Dr. Patrick Kofi Emiso. I met the software of course we UK say obeka yen ho our United Church what shudungwa say afa so we had Richard Owusu Bremfo or your Deputy Superintendent of Immigration in charge of the Immigration Information Bureau. We also have 2 brothers of the Methodist Church, Dr. Daniel Quarcoo Obri, our Canada, Nafi Alfred Boahin, and also our US. Yadamasa said money atna a year videos. We are so grateful, gentlemen, for passing through with us. Yankoya, the Children's Ministry is here. And they are going to tell us, Amobekaya, it's the Children's Week. And we started from Monday. Please stay and have us closed well. See you soon. Adofo, ade ache bia o. Ye call ye na so, ye ko die. Ye rade adomunti. Ye nyina ya sorry. Emofra ko musuku. Ejumafo so ko omunyuma so. Se wo son da yo, se wan son da yo. Ye ka kire. Sorry, na sure. Sorry na sure dwumadie ya no kwabosu dwumadie bi a ye de bre yen se de be ya ye betimi enyini e wo hunhu na yenyi wo hunamu ne mpo etimi enyini e wo adwene mu se de be ya ye nyina betimi akyekyere oman na ya akyekyere asafo na afie kra yetimi akyekyere busua
ye behwe nsem a ekoso wo oman Ghana eni wiase afa na nyina
ye befa nsem yi afi ko wankrata mu ene abefo internet so
anape bia ye de nsem a ema enidaso eni insatwaye ebebre ye de onyankopon asem bebre na ya hweso e de aboye bra afa kan ye hu anape bia na ye mfa enije nsem embre
enti afa kan ye ho
Anita Quarcoo
ene Reverend Adzika Vincent Agdomena ewo Wesleyan TV so afa obetimi ahwe won WTV Ghana ewo Facebook so na afa Wesleyan TV Ghana ewo YouTube so sorry na shrine
wake up to a purposeful day.
Jumadie aboafo bi te se
𝗟𝗜𝗍𝗘 Insurance, multi-credit savings and loans.
ana Methodist University Ghana ana aso yasen
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the last bit of the show before we finally say goodbye to you. But this time around, it's from the Children's Ministry. We've been joined by the very Reverend 𝗟𝗓𝗡, who is the director for the Children's Ministry Conference Office, Methodist Church Ghana. And of course, this week is all about the children. What we are expecting our children to be doing. They'll be preaching. Some of them will be liturgies. Some of them will be doing a lot of things in our society. So let's look forward to that on Sunday. But before we get to Sunday, there are some lineup of activities we are going to be discussing and what we should be expecting from our children. Reverend, thanks for joining us. Good morning, Bium.
Good morning.
Now, you say, let the little children come to me and do not hinder them. And they say, Omwaba, how has it been so far? I mean, the Children's Week celebration is a yearly thing. It's in our almanac. Every year we are celebrating. What is the main focus of the Children's Week celebration, especially this year?
Yes, the main focus, actually, the church found it good. Say, a woman say, "Yenen krano esum all the time."
Okay.
And they are part of our ministry. However, there should be a moment, at least a week in the year, that we focus on the child. We pay attention to the child. What are their needs? What are the things they need? How would the church help them? Sometimes some of the issues relate or borders on society. How do we help them? We ask them a lot of questions. Yes, when they give us what is troubling them, we use them as topics for discussion in the ensuing year. So this year we are looking at child protection, online child protection.
And the social media usage by children and all that.
You say also laptop focus. Even when they are not holding the tablets.
Okay.
They don't focus. They don't focus. And they have lost touch with humanity. So they don't know how to make friends.
Okay.
Their friends are
on their tablets.
Everything is on the tablet. And so even sometimes you see them sitting down doing nothing, they are doing this. Look at the fingers. Check my fingers. You check my fingers. There's no tablet in their hands, but you see them
so
doing
engrossed
this.
With it.
Yes, the iPad children. We call them the iPad children.
So on that note, what are some of the lineup of activities for the week celebration?
Yes, so the week-long celebration is actually to focus on the child and then address some of these issues. Okay. So in the week, Sunday we did the luncheon. Yesterday we did the official opening by the societies. Okay. And then today we have talk. Tomorrow we are leaving it open for Ash Wednesday service. Okay. Right. Okay. Even though we put an activity there, we know that local arrangement will go on so that there will be an open space. Then Thursday we are looking forward to prayer and the preaching contest. You indicated that the preaching contest would be fused into the International Children's Festival in the long run. That is where we are looking at now. Unfortunately, looking at our timelines, it might be, but the preaching contest is a very powerful platform. And so is it for the kids? Hey, you are using the word kids here. So it's for the children. What's the age bracket again for the children? Well, you know, kids is accepted internationally. Okay. But then, if you go to the dictionary or the, you Google it, it gives you informal. Okay. And informal means informal. So if you want to refer to a child, the child is a child. Child, okay. So what's the age bracket? 0 to less, a day before 18. A day before your 18th? A minute before 18. Okay, a minute before your 18th birthday. Yes, please. Okay. So these are the kids that we are bringing together. These are the children. The children we are bringing together for the contest. Yes, please. Okay. Now on Sunday, when we climax it, what should we expect from the children in our societies? A powerful one. Unfortunately, some societies have already used up the Sunday for us. They have put some programs, induction of ministers, subordinate ministers, camp meetings, and all sort of programs. Even some of them are doing what we call the harvest lunch. They are launching their harvest on that day. Oh, okay. But it's unfortunate. However, the children are expected to lead the liturgy, preach, take the readings, usher, sing, take the praise and adoration side. Wow. We want them to take the instruments. In fact, whatever the children have, the talents, we want them to showcase it. Some of them will even do choreography, and others, I mean, all kind of, taking up some role play, some sketch, drama, all to drum home the theme for the church year. Okay, so what do we intend to achieve after all this is said and done? The long and short of it, I am a reaper. I'm an adult. I'm a reaper. So in the next 30 seconds, tell us about it. Yes, I'm a reaper. The child is not yet a reaper, but how can we help them to become reapers? So gradually we take them along. We go along with them. Then they begin to be reapers even now, and then in no time they are also full-time reapers. So we will have preachers, we will have people who take up leadership positions and roles in our church, and the church will never lack personnel. Interesting. So, but we'll come back after the whole celebration is done. So after Sunday, we'll still have you back to discuss what went into it, what we should expect in the coming days or the coming months before we celebrate yet another Children's Week. So we'll come back again. But thank you very much. You heard from the very Reverend 𝗟𝗓𝗏, who is the Director at Children's Ministry Conference Office. And he says he's visiting Cape Coast Diocese this Sunday. So this week, so it's a week-long program. So do well to follow him, and you get the details of it on the Methodist Church Ghana platform. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back after this.
I will say my Jesus. This highlight for you. You want to be on your feet? Let's do it together.
So nice, so nice. Everybody in the studio is dancing.
It's exciting.
Including Osofo Kenneth. Sunday school for those who are sad. But unfortunately for us this morning, we are drawing the curtains to the end of our Tuesday segment of the entire Sorena Shrine. Yadamase say in the money atna, but ansana ebekono yenko fusu na yemrai.
Yes, and the Adzika Diocese is having a camp meeting 2024 on the theme discipleship growing into Christian maturity, and the text is taken from Ephesians 4:15. It's happening from Monday 19th of February to Sunday the 25th day of February 2024. The venue is the 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Cathedral in 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. Morning session at 9, evening session at 6:30 p.m. each day. And of course, tomorrow is Val's Day, but the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 circuit is having a post-Valentine's Day celebration on Saturday, and it is themed or dubbed Love Clinic, a marriage seminar on the topic Contemporary Marriage, Making the Godly Choice. The host is the Very Reverend John Buakofi, and the guest speaker is Councillor 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Methodist Church, Kokoblele, 3 p.m. prompt.
All right, and to our gallant sponsors, Methodist University, Downwall Insurance, Multi-Credit, KFK, and Sankofa Spices, we say thank you. We will see you again tomorrow in the morning, and we promise you another beautiful edition. See you for the Wednesday Valentine edition of 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗃.
I don't want to tell you what women is going to wear.
Bye-bye.